cream here on my finger.
Oh, that's okay. I can take care of that, Mr. Dilham.
Morgan!
No, please!
Morgan! Stop it!
Ever wondered why some of your favorite celebs vanished from Hollywood spotlight? From Marilyn Monroe's turbulent final days to Judy Garland's double dismissal drama, find out what happened to 20 celebs who got fired. Get ready for a wild ride through Tinseltown's untold story.
It takes me 2 seconds. It's taken you've had 2 days. Sorry, George, but we can do it.
Number 20. Marilyn Monroe. There are many reasons why Marilyn Monroe became the talk of the world for all the wrong reasons, even though she was once synonymous with Hollywood glamour. During the tumultuous production of Something's Got to Give, the comedy, also starring Dean Martin and Sid Charisse, was destined for chaos from the very beginning. Monroe, recently rehired as the female lead, quickly became the epicenter of a production plagued by delays and disruptions. Her frequent absences and tardiness turned the set into a battleground, leaving the crew frustrated and the filming schedule in disarray. The tragic conclusion to Monroe's career adds a layer of sorrow to this tale. Her untimely death at the age of 36, attributed to a barbiturate overdose, turned her last role into an enduring mystery and a subject of endless speculation. As we delve deeper into the behind-the-scenes drama, it becomes evident that Monroe's struggles went beyond the surface narrative. While she was often labeled as willfully disruptive and unable to remember lines, the reality was more nuanced. Billy Wilder, who directed Monroe in Some Like It Hot 3 years prior, was no stranger to her reputation for tardiness. He had even resorted to hiding lines and props to aid her memory. Despite these challenges, Monroe's undeniable talent managed to shine through, salvaging the film's performance at the box office. However, Monroe's erratic behavior reached a breaking point during the production of Something's Got to Give. The studio, aware of her tendencies, faced a challenging decision. The set became a battleground of conflicting accounts. Monroe's struggles with mental health, substance abuse, and the demanding nature of Hollywood. Wilder's omission of Monroe from a rap party speaks volumes about the tension on set. Despite the challenges, her portrayal of Sugarcane in the film remains iconic, and Wilder later conceded that no one else could have brought the character to life quite like Monroe. The decline in Marilyn Monroe's career reached a critical juncture on May 19, 1962. Plagued by illness, she had been unable to fulfill her work commitments for most of the week. Despite her health struggles, Monroe decided to fly to New York for President John F. Kennedy's birthday celebrations. Her iconic performance at the event, a sultry rendition of Happy Birthday, captivated the world. The image of Monroe in a flesh-colored, rhinestone-studded dress, meticulously sewn onto her, became etched in our collective memory and a timeless subject of parody in pop culture. However, this glamour moment led to a clash with the production of Something's Got to Give. Although Monroe had secured permission to attend the event long before filming commenced, director George Cukor deemed her absence unacceptable. The fallout was swift. In June, just days after Monroe's 36th birthday, she was fired from the project. The reason cited was spectacular absenteeism, and the studio, Fox, didn't take this breach lightly. They filed a lawsuit against Monroe, seeking $750,000 for what they termed a willful violation of contract. The legal battle loomed large over the already troubled production. In a surprising turn of events, the shooting hiatus prompted co-star Dean Martin to take a stand. Refusing to work with any other actress, Martin's stance forced the studio to reconsider their decision. Monroe was rehired, and there was a fleeting hope that the project would resume. However, tragedy struck before the cameras could roll again. On August 5, 1962, Monroe was found dead in her Los Angeles home, the result of an apparent overdose. The anticipated revival of Something's Got to Give was abruptly halted, leaving behind a void in Hollywood that would echo through the years. While the film was ultimately shelved, fragments of the footage found a place in the 2001 documentary Marilyn, The Final Days. Number 19. Judy Garland. Throughout her long and brilliant career, Judy Garland has experienced her fair share of trials and tribulations both on and off the silver screen. As we unravel the story of her dismissals from Hollywood productions, we get a glimpse into the tumultuous world that surrounded this beloved star. In 1950, Garland was set to enchant audiences in the musical Annie Get Your Gun. However, chaos ensued just over a month into production. Co-star Howard Keel suffered an injury from a horse fall, and director Busby Berkeley was ousted amidst the mayhem. The blame for substantial delays fell on Garland, leading MGM exec L.K. Sidney to make the tough decision to part ways with the actress. The firing letter, dated May 10, 1949, pointed directly at Garland as the cause of the production's turmoil. Betty Hutton stepped in to replace her as the leading lady, marking the end of Garland's association with MGM the following year. 2 decades later, in 1967, Garland found herself entangled in another Hollywood drama with Valley of the Dolls. Conflicting narratives emerged, with 20th Century Fox executives claiming Garland's resignation for personal reasons, while Garland insisted she was fired. Reports circulated that Garland sequestered herself in her dressing room for days, disrupting the shooting schedule and resulting in scarce, usable footage. Co-star Patty Duke shed light on the mistreatment Garland endured from director Mark Robson, while rumors suggested objections to the script's content. Susan Hayward ultimately replaced Garland in the role of Helen Lawson. Tragically, Valley of the Dolls became Garland's final film before her untimely death in 1969. Number 18. Natalie Wood. In the fateful year of 1981, the Hollywood community mourned the loss of starlet Natalie Wood, whose promising career met a tragic end during the production of the sci-fi film Brainstorm. While on a production break in November, Wood drowned after falling overboard during a boat trip, accompanied by her husband Robert Wagner and co-star Christopher Walken. The incident cast a somber shadow over the film's production. With the majority of Wood's scenes already filmed before her untimely demise, MGM Studios faced the challenge of completing the project. Director Douglas Trumbull took charge, partially rewriting the script and utilizing a body double to reshoot some of Wood's scenes. Despite these efforts, Brainstorm saw a limited release in 1983, receiving mixed reviews and disappointing box office returns. Number 17. Faye Dunaway. Moving from the realm of movies into the realm of theater, the illustrious Faye Dunaway had to leave the limelight in a different way. In a shocking turn of events, the Oscar-winning actress was ousted from the Broadway-bound play Tea at 5 due to allegations of creating a hostile and dangerous environment backstage, leaving the production team in fear for their safety. Taking center stage as Katharine Hepburn at the Huntington Theater in Boston, Dunaway seemed to channel the same intensity that characterized her portrayal of Joan Crawford in the 1981 film Mommy Dearest. However, the drama transcended the stage when the July 10 performance was abruptly canceled moments before curtain. Reports emerged of Dunaway slapping and throwing things at crew members, attempting to assist with her wig, leading to a volatile situation. The crew, in turn, expressed being fearful for their safety. The backstage chaos marked a tumultuous chapter in Dunaway's career and reinforced the challenges that can unfold behind the scenes of even the most celebrated productions. Number 16. Vivien Leigh. Diving into the complexities of mental health, the legendary Vivien Leigh faced significant challenges during her illustrious career. According to Harper's Bazaar, signs of bipolar disorder began to manifest around the time of filming the 1938 movie A Yank in Oxford. Lee's frequent mood swings earned her a reputation for being difficult to work with, a challenge that persisted during the iconic Gone with the Wind production. Colleagues reportedly grappled with her manic behavior, exasperated by the actor's use of sedatives to cope with the demands of filming. Unfortunately, Lee's mental health struggles reached a critical point during the filming of Elephant Walk in 1953. As reported by The Hollywood Reporter, a breakdown on set prompted the injection of a tranquilizer in an attempt to calm her. Tragically, Leigh was fired from the movie and replaced by Elizabeth Taylor. The incident shed light on the harsh reality of living with mental illness in an industry that often struggled to understand and support its stars. Lee's friends, acknowledging her lack of control over her mental health, still deemed her behavior unbecoming, underscoring the stigma and challenges faced by those dealing with mental health issues in the unforgiving world of Hollywood. Number 15. Robert Mitchum. Switching gears to a different kind of Hollywood bad boy, Robert Mitchum's turbulent journey on the set of 1955's Blood Alley became a testament to his rebellious reputation. Known for his heavy drinking, Mitchum took his bad boy image to new heights during the filming of this movie, culminating in a shocking expulsion from the set. In a display of unprofessionalism, Mitchum arrived on set after a wild night out, only to find there was no car ready for him. Fueled by rage, he allegedly destroyed a studio office. But the story takes a darker turn. Upset with the transportation manager, Mitchum reportedly resorted to a physical confrontation, throwing the unfortunate soul into either San Francisco Bay or a nearby river. Mitchum, however, vehemently denied all accusations. The incident not only cost him his role in Blood Alley, but also added another layer to his infamous persona as a Hollywood rebel. Number 14. Val Kilmer. It is no secret that Val Kilmer is synonymous with versatility in Hollywood, making him a name synonymous whose reputation has been indefinable in the industry due to his exemplary acting skills, as well as for his eccentric behavior that he has sometimes used to overshadow his considerable talent. Kilmer's extensive career has seen its fair share of controversies, with echoes of discord reverberating from both colleagues and directors. Joel Schumacher, who directed Kilmer in Batman Forever, pulled no punches when describing the actor's behavior. Schumacher labeled Kilmer's interactions with a crew member as rude, childish, and inappropriate. The clashes weren't confined to interpersonal dynamics. Kilmer reportedly engaged in disputes with camera operators and the wardrobe department, creating an environment fraught with tension on set. Richard Stanley, a director who worked with Kilmer on the island of Dr. Moreau, painted a vivid picture of the actor's disruptive tendencies. According to Stanley, conflicts were almost inevitable when Kilmer entered the scene. Val would arrive and an argument would happen, Stanley remarked, shedding light on the actor's penchant for stirring up trouble. Kilmer's behavior, described as both a strength and a liability, came to a head during the tumultuous production of The Island of Dr. Moreau, the sci-fi jungle adventure already infamous for its chaotic behind-the-scenes drama, witnessed Kilmer's confrontations and contributed to the film's reputation as a symbol of Hollywood absurdity. Number 13. Harvey Keitel. Harvey Keitel, celebrated for his impactful roles in Quentin Tarantino's classics like Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction, was initially poised to take the lead in Francis Ford Coppola's iconic war epic Apocalypse Now. The casting decision was rooted in Coppola's admiration for Keitel's compelling performance in Martin Scorsese's Mean Streets. However, Hollywood's whims are as unpredictable as war itself, and Keitel's journey with Apocalypse Now took an unexpected turn. After a few weeks of filming, Coppola made the pivotal decision to part ways with Keitel, citing a significant creative mismatch. According to the director, Keitel found it challenging to embody the character of Willard as a passive onlooker, a crucial aspect of the role. In the intricate dance of Hollywood dynamics, Martin Sheen, Coppola's original choice, stepped into the void left by Keitel. The result was cinematic history, as Apocalypse Now went on to become a landmark in filmography. In a 2021 interview with Insider, Keitel addressed a long-standing rumor that suggested his dismissal was rooted in a disdain for the jungle setting. Keitel emphatically debunked the myth, stating, "I believe in the book on the making of the movie, Coppola's monster film, The Making of Apocalypse Now. They said Harvey Keitel didn't like the jungle, didn't want to stay in the jungle. Well, Harvey Keitel spent 3 years in the United States Marine Corps, in the jungle." Number 12. Annette Bening. In the ever-evolving landscape of Hollywood casting, sometimes the first choice isn't destined to don the iconic cape or, in this case, the sleek catsuit. Tim Burton's 1992 film Batman Returns is forever etched in cinematic memory for Michelle Pfeiffer's mesmerizing portrayal of Catwoman. However, the surprising revelation is that Pfeiffer wasn't the initial pick for the role. That distinction belonged to Annette Bening. Bening was all set to embody the femme fatale until a twist of fate intervened. She had to drop out due to pregnancy. The industry embarked on a quest to find the perfect replacement, considering actresses ranging from Jennifer Jason Leigh and Madonna to Raquel Welch, Susan Sarandon, Ellen Barkin, Bridget Fonda, and even Cher. In the end, Michelle Pfeiffer emerged as the chosen one, leaving audiences to marvel at her electrifying performance in the iconic rubber catsuit. While we can only wonder about the alternate reality where Bening wore the claws, the cinematic legacy of Batman Returns remains forever entwined with Pfeiffer's unforgettable Catwoman. Number 11. Ryan Gosling. In the unpredictable realm of Hollywood, even the most dedicated transformations can lead to unexpected exits. Take, for instance, the case of Ryan Gosling and his intended role as Jack Solomon, the father in The Lovely Bones. Gosling, known for his commitment to his craft, shockingly found himself on the receiving end of a directorial decision by Peter Jackson. The twist in this tale? A whopping 60-pound weight gain undertaken by Gosling in a bid to authentically embody his envisioned heavyset character. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Gosling revealed his belief that Jack Solomon should tip the scales at around 210 pounds. His extreme method involved consuming melted Haagen-Dazs ice cream when parched. However, the pivotal misstep occurred. Jackson and Gosling hadn't discussed the character's physicality beforehand. The consequence was swift and unexpected. Gosling, committed to his interpretation, found himself replaced by Mark Wahlberg. Number 10. Sylvester Stallone. With his iconic roles in Rocky, Rambo, The Expendables, and the countless other films he has appeared in, Sylvester Stallone is a titan among Hollywood franchises. However, his foray into the world of Axel Foley and Beverly Hills Cop turned out to be a short-lived affair, leaving Stallone with a tale of what could have been. Originally cast as the wisecracking Detroit police officer Axel Foley, Stallone found himself at odds with the comedic essence of the film. Known for his dramatic roles, Stallone wasn't comfortable with the lighter tone, a sentiment perhaps justified by his previous comedic misstep in Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. Director Martin Brest, initially accommodating, faced a breaking point with Stallone's persistent requests. Armed with his experience as a seasoned writer, Stallone aimed to reshape the film into a gritty thriller, discarding much of the humor. His ambitions even extended to demanding a name change for the character, from Axel Foley to Axel Cabretti. Unfortunately, Stallone's creative vision clashed with Paramount's budgetary constraints, pushing costs beyond their limits. 2 weeks before production commenced, Stallone's contract was unceremoniously terminated. Little did he know that Beverly Hills Cop would go on to become the top-grossing movie of 1984, spawning 3 sequels and solidifying Eddie Murphy's legacy as Axel Foley. Fast forward 4 decades, and Axel Foley is set to make a triumphant return in the 4th installment of the franchise. Eddie Murphy reprising the role is a testament to the enduring appeal of Beverly Hills Cop. Netflix, the platform carrying the much-anticipated sequel, teased fans with a first-look photo of Murphy donning Foley's iconic Detroit Lions jacket. While Stallone may not have had the last laugh in Beverly Hills Cop, his vision found a different outlet. The idea to transform Axel Foley into Axel Cabretti served as the catalyst for Stallone's creation of Lieutenant Cabretti in the 1986 film Cobra. Number 9. Lindsay Lohan. In the past few years, Lindsay Lohan, once the darling of Hollywood, has been entangled in a web of personal problems that have spilled over onto the sets of her projects, causing the actress to lose control. Best known for her role in Mean Girls, Lohan's career took a tumultuous turn due to substance abuse and mental health issues. During this challenging period, Lohan's on-set behavior became a cause for concern. Her penchant for a partying lifestyle often resulted in tardiness and, on some occasions, being too hungover to focus on her work. The repercussions of her actions extended beyond punctuality, including an exorbitant hotel bill and reportedly unreasonable demands directed at directors. One notable incident occurred during the filming of The Crayons, where Lohan not only starred but also held the role of a producer and part owner. Director Paul Schrader openly criticized her behavior, describing her attitude as unspeakable. The film, a small-budget indie project, faced additional challenges when Lohan failed to promote it adequately upon its Venice Film Festival premiere. The New York Times delved into the rumored troubles on the set, revealing a tapestry of discord. Lohan's unexplained disappearances, a night of partying with Lady Gaga, refusal to adhere to contractually obligated nude scenes, and a staggering $46,000 hotel bill marred the film's production. Schrader, in an interview with the Los Angeles Times, pointed out Lohan's lack of impulse control as a contributing factor to the chaos. In hindsight, the New York Times got it totally right. It actually was much worse than how it was reported. It was much more emotional and draining. I know that Leslie Couturand was definitely in the wings that first week, shared Schrader. Number 8. Lori Petty. In 1993, Lori Petty found herself in the midst of a Hollywood storm when she was initially cast as Lieutenant Lenina Huxley in the Sylvester Stallone action flick Demolition Man. However, her journey with the film was abruptly cut short, lasting only 2 days on set. The culprit? Creative differences with producer Joel Silver. According to a Variety report from that year, Petty's disagreements with certain aspects of her character led to her unexpected departure. The turn of events took an intriguing twist when Sandra Bullock stepped in as Petty's replacement. Demolition Man not only marked a significant moment for Bullock, but is often regarded as her breakout role, paving the way for even greater success with Speed alongside Keanu Reeves the following year. Reflecting on the experience in a 2014 interview with the Daily Beast, Petty referred to it as the most uncool day in Hollywood. She chose not to indulge in gossip about Silver's actions, emphasizing her preference for treating people with kindness. "I just treat people the way I want to be treated, so I'd rather not gossip about his unkindness." Number 7. Richard Gere. There are plenty of Hollywood rumors floating around, but one thing that Richard Gere is not often associated with is being difficult on set. However, an unexpected twist unfolded during the making of the 1974 film The Lords of Flatbush, set in the Brooklyn neighborhood of Flatbush. Originally cast in an ensemble alongside Sylvester Stallone and Henry Winkler, Gere's departure from the production was anything but ordinary. According to Stallone, the tension between him and Gere reached a tipping point, resulting in Gere's removal from the film. In a 2006 interview with Ain't It Cool News, Stallone placed the blame squarely on Gere's shoulders, recounting an incident during a lunch break that escalated into a messy confrontation. The original part of Chico, which was played by Perry King, was originally supposed to be played by Richard Gere, but we never hit it off, Stallone explained. The breaking point occurred when Gere accidentally spilled mustard on Stallone's pants during a lunch in the backseat of a Toyota. Stallone's response was swift and dramatic. "I elbowed him in the side of the head and basically pushed him out of the car," Stallone revealed. Confronted with the aftermath of the lunchtime debacle, the director faced a crucial decision. One of the actors had to leave. Gere was the one given his walking papers, and according to Stallone, the animosity lingers to this day. Despite the unexpected turn of events, this quirky story adds a layer of intrigue to Richard Gere's Hollywood journey. Who would have thought that a messy lunch could lead to such a rocky departure? Stay tuned for more Hollywood Unveiled. Number 6. Edward Norton. One of the biggest blockbuster movies of all time, The Avengers, was considered by many to be one of the greatest blockbusters of all time. Adorned by an ensemble cast portraying Earth's mightiest heroes, the film made a staggering $1.5 billion at the worldwide box office. However, one notable absence from this star-studded lineup was Edward Norton, who had previously donned the mantle of scientist Bruce Banner, aka the Hulk, in the 2008 film The Incredible Hulk. Despite the financial success of The Incredible Hulk, rumors swirled about Norton's alleged difficulty on set, including reports of temper tantrums. Director Joss Whedon, tasked with assembling the Avengers, opted for a different direction and cast Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner the Hulk. This decision left Norton on the sidelines for one of the biggest cinematic events in recent memory. While Norton may have missed out on the superhero ensemble, he can find solace in the fact that Eric Bana, who portrayed the Hulk in the 2003 film Hulk, also did not return for the role. The world of superheroes is ever evolving, and sometimes even the mightiest heroes face unexpected departures. Number 5. Eric Stoltz. It is a well-known fact in Hollywood that certain casting decisions become legendary over time. Back to the Future is no exception, with Michael J. Fox forever ingrained in our memories as Marty McFly. However, the journey to this iconic casting choice was not without its twists and turns. Originally, the filmmakers opted for Eric Stoltz to fill Marty's sneakers due to Fox's commitments to family ties. Weeks into production, though, the creative minds behind the film, including director Robert Zemeckis and producer Steven Spielberg, faced a dilemma. Stoltz's portrayal lacked the comedic spark they envisioned, prompting them to reconsider their decision. Stoltz's departure from the project became a challenging process, documented in the 2015 book We Don't Need No Roads, The Making of the Back to the Future Trilogy. Reports surfaced of this method acting, insisting that everyone address him as Marty on set. The decision to part ways, while uncomfortable, proved to be a strategic move for the filmmakers. The subsequent casting of Michael J. Fox propelled Back to the Future to unprecedented success, grossing over $200 million and cementing its place in cinematic history. Reflecting on his firing, Stoltz shared with Movie Hole in 2007 that the experience was freeing in hindsight. Number 4. Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen's roller coaster ride in the public eye took a disastrous turn, marking the end of his lucrative stint on 2.5 Men. The saga unfolded in March 2011 as Sheen's erratic behavior and a series of scathing comments about series creator Chuck Lorre in online and televised interviews became impossible to ignore. The tipping point came when Sheen, battling drug and alcohol addiction while facing allegations of domestic abuse, found himself ousted from the show. Both CBS and Warner Bros. Television, in a joint statement, officially fired Sheen, citing moral turpitude and making his departure effective immediately. In response, Sheen did not go quietly. Just days after his termination, he launched a legal offensive, filing a staggering $100 million lawsuit against WBTV and Chuck Lorre. The Golden Globe winner claimed to represent the show's cast and crew, but he stood alone as the sole plaintiff in the suit, seeking to recoup the earnings he missed for the 8 unproduced episodes of 2.5 Men in Season 8. Despite the bold legal move, Sheen's efforts proved fruitless, and the legal battle ended without the desired financial recovery. The aftermath of Sheen's explosive exit from 2.5 Men remains a cautionary tale about the intersection of personal struggles, public image, and the high stakes of the entertainment industry. Do you remember the media frenzy surrounding Charlie Sheen's departure? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Number 3. Anne Hathaway. In the world of Hollywood shakeups, Anne Hathaway's departure from the 2007 hit Knocked Up stands out as a pivotal moment. Directed by Judd Apatow, the R-rated comedy not only became a massive success, grossing over $200 million worldwide, but it also played a significant role in boosting the careers of its cast. Originally cast as journalist Allison Scott, Hathaway's journey with Knocked Up took an unexpected turn. The actress found herself on the receiving end of a decision by Apatow to let her go from the project. The reason behind this dramatic change was Hathaway's expression of discomfort with the graphic nature of the birthing scenes in the film. In the aftermath of this setback, Katherine Heigl stepped into the role, helping solidify the film's success and her own rising stardom. While losing out on Knocked Up could have been a career blow for Hathaway, the resilient actress made a triumphant comeback. In 2012, she secured the Best Supporting Actress Oscar for her remarkable performance in Les Miserables. Number 2. Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke is one of the most unique stories in the world of Hollywood, a world filled with uncertainty and surprises. His journey, marked by highs and lows, reflects a career that unfolded almost by accident. Rourke's initial passion lay in boxing, and as a teenager, he devoted himself entirely to the sport. However, a twist of fate intervened when he participated in the production of the play Death Watch. It was here that Rourke's love affair with acting began, prompting a move to New York City to hone his craft at the esteemed Actors Studio. His acting prowess soon garnered attention, with critically acclaimed roles in films like Diner, Rumblefish, and Barfly. Yet the 80s Hollywood scene proved challenging for Rourke. Tumultuous relationships, reckless spending, and a reputation for being a difficult presence on set added complexity to his burgeoning fame. In a surprising turn of events, Rourke, at the age of 38 in 1991, decided to step away from the film industry that had both embraced and confounded him. Driven by a sense of self-destruction and a perceived lack of respect for himself as an actor, Rourke returned to his roots, boxing. This move, initially met with skepticism, turned out to be no mere publicity stunt. Rourke entered the professional boxing ring, where he showcased his prowess with 6 victories, 4 of them by knockout, and 2 draws. In 1994, he concluded this unexpected chapter with an undefeated record. Number 1. Shannon Doherty. Shannon Doherty was such a pain to work with that she found herself canned from not 1, but 2 shows, Charmed and Beverly Hills 90210. Though Doherty was an OG cast member as Brenda Walsh, she was written off the show after 4 seasons. Doherty was notoriously difficult on set, and there was an infamous on-set feud between her co-stars Tori Spelling and Jenny Garth. Years later, Spelling admitted that she got the actress fired from the teen soap. Her father, after all, was 90210's creator and producer, Aaron Spelling. Back in 1998, Charmed made its debut on the small screen and quickly found an audience that helped propel it to massive success. The series had a rabid fan base that tuned in each week, and things seemed to be moving along nicely. However, much like her time on 90210, conflict would follow Doherty behind the scenes. According to co-star Alyssa Milano, there were times when I'd come in and say, "Good morning, Shannon," and she didn't say anything to me. And then there were times when she'd come in and say, "Good morning, Alyssa," and I wouldn't say anything to her. Doherty gave her account saying, "There was too much drama on the set and not enough passion for the work. You know, I'm 30 years old, and I don't have time for drama in my life anymore. I'll miss Holly, Mary Combs, a lot, and that's really the only thing I want to clear up. She's one of my best friends, and I love her dearly. There were never, ever, ever any problems between the two of us, and we will always be pals." Wow, what a ride through Hollywood history. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up and comment below with your thoughts on these shocking stories. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more exclusive Hollywood content. Until next time, stay tuned.